All right. What's going on, guys? This is Chris Santiago from Bang Zoom MMA on Twitter. Sometimes I do videos, sometimes I don't. I got to do more videos. I got to get back on it. But before I do that, all right. So yeah, this weekend, UFC 237. Jesus, that was a bummer. Man, very much a bummer for the Brazilians. Brazilians didn't do too well. Everybody except Jessica Andrade uh, lost. You know, that must suck. But it kind of took the sails out of my took the wind out of my sails because ultimately Anderson Silva hurt himself in a it just visually looked like the same thing that happened when Chris Weidman kicked him and when he kicked Chris Weidman and his leg snapped. Visually, it looked the same. He's grabbing his leg, he's on the floor, he's in pain, maybe not as much pain, but he's in pain. Um, Anderson Silva for me personally is the reason why I love this sport. I grew up watching him kick ass. I grew up watching him do things that I just can't, still to this day, can't believe could be done in a competition. He's one of the most amazing finishers I've ever seen. Ever. The most amazing finishers in this game. Uh, and to see him hurt like that, it just sucks. It just sucks. He is 44 years old. His body is saying no mas, but his mind wants to keep going. You see this a lot with fighters, but it's really sucks for Anderson Silva because somebody who seemed so untouchable, so immortal at times, to see him just get beaten by people who wouldn't have been able to last 10 seconds with him in his prime. That's rough. That's rough. And I'm thinking it's time to start ending this thing. It's time to start, you know, it's time to start thinking about the future after fighting. You Anderson Silva's 44 years old. 44 years old. Okay? He's in Randy Couture level now, and Randy Couture was doing a lot better than him at 44. So not everybody can do it. Even the immortal Anderson Silva can't do it. And I think he needs to maybe look at what happened. Let's see what happened to his leg. It was broken, the ACL tear. Any of those things probably just would be a couple of years or a year or so out of his career. That ended right there. But if he can come back generally soon, healthy, just have one last match with somebody manageable. Have one last match. You know, if you want a Brazil match, I'm sure the UFC will give you that, and just end it like that. If you don't want to end it on you falling to the floor holding your leg, I can understand that. I can understand that. But as a fan, as somebody who couldn't sleep the night or two before Anderson Silva fights, uh, I can't deal with this shit no more. Can't. This whole idea that, oh, we'll see the shine of the old Anderson Silva once again. It's not gonna happen. It's not. It's not. You might get decent moments where he looks kind of similar, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And his body just doesn't want to hold up anymore. It obviously hasn't held up. Uh, it hasn't wanted to hold up well since Chris Weidman. Since the Chris Weidman fight. I mean, you just don't snap your leg like that. your body is turning. He's in his 40s now, just not the same. So I think it's time for him to maybe have a fight and walk off into the sunset with your head held high. Go see your family, teach your classes at your school, and just help the next generation become as good as Anderson Silva was. That's what I want to see from him ultimately. Uh, is he gonna do it? No, he's not. He's not. Fighters don't respond the same to things like what I'm saying. They always believe in themselves. They always think that they can push it even more. And for good reason. Most of the time they throughout their history they could have. They could. He could. Back in the day, he was able to. Back in the day. That's the key word. Key phrase. So that's kind of depressing. And then we go into the main event. The main event was Jessica Andrade, and she was trying to take a title away from Rose Namajunas. Uh, Rose was pretty much winning the whole fight until she wasn't. She was winning the whole fight until she got dumped on her head. Uh, what can I say about this? Rose is an amazingly talented, creative, smart fighter. One of the best in the game today. Uh, this fight shows that even the best, you make one wrong move and it's over. Now, as for the whole dropping her on her head thing, I honestly don't see it as an illegal move. I don't see anything necessarily wrong with it. I am not going to complain about the people who have a problem with it because they have a point also. They have a decent point. They have a point, they visually it was pretty bad. And when you drop somebody in the head and on your neck like that, you know, you know, MMA rules are weird. MMA rules are weird. So like, okay, I can't 12 to 6 you with an elbow, right? But I could damn well 12 to 6 you with a knee, Muay Thai knee. Uh, I can't hit you in the back of the head, but if I slam you and you hit the back of the head, that's just how things go. Uh, I, I don't know. It's just strange. You need gloves and you need this, but you can hit somebody with your bare elbow, no padding, knees, no padding. Little things like this where it's like, well, if it's good for one, why not the other? If you need padding for this, why not that? If you can't hit him in the head in this situation, why can't you hit him in the head in this situation? Um, it's a strange thing. It's a strange thing. But what I'm gonna say about that is that was a legit finish. We have a legit new champion. Uh, would I want to see a rematch? Yes. Who would I pick? Rose. Do I want to? Rose has suggested she would like to retire, possibly. Now, that could just, I've heard that a few times. Oh, I want to retire after a loss, so I'm going to retire, and then they come back. So it might be one of those things. Rose is a very complicated person. Um, and there's things going on that go on in her life that we have no idea about, but they go on. She handles them the way she handles them. And if she decides to walk away, that's fine. whatever makes her happy. But I would like it not to be on a loss that was, if you ran this back 5 times, Jessica Andrade would win once, and this was the once, I think. Um, think you run this thing back, Rose takes it. So, so that one's a little weird because she was winning the whole time. She looked great. She looked phenomenal until she didn't. It's the fight game, baby. But I would like to see her fight again. Selfishly, if I am thinking just about Rose, then Rose, if she wants to retire, no problem. She deserves it. She's busted her ass. She's been through a lot, ups and downs, all arounds. So she deserves to have peace, not have to worry about fight camps and things like that. And even though she probably continue to be in a gym, stay healthy, things like that. Um, you know, I man, I hope Rose doesn't leave. I hope Rose sticks around for my own selfish purposes, for my own selfish needs. I like to see her beat the shit out of people. I like it. It's a beautiful thing to watch. Uh, but with that said, if she decides to retire, just as long as she's happy in the end, as long as she's happy. But I do think she could get that belt back. Anyway, neither here or there. So I just wanted to talk about that. Honestly, I just wanted to test a few things out. Got a new microphone. Uh, Working out a new setup. Trying to figure out if this is gonna work. Ultimately, I know you see the screen here. Maybe talk about a few articles in the future and break things down a little bit more. Talk about the articles in certain ways depending on what they're about. You know, probably won't do any videos because I'll get flagged because YouTube and streaming services suck. Uh, but ultimately, yeah. Well, I want to read some articles, discuss the articles about MMA, discuss the current events, fight cards, past and upcoming fight cards, and we can have some fun. And I can expand on this thing instead of having a plain background with a door stopper and fucking and SB Nation queued on nothing. No articles queued up. I'm gonna, you know, make it happen a little bit better. But I just wanted to try this out. The best way to do things is just to do it. At least for me. So instead of thinking about, oh, how I'm gonna do this, how I'm gonna do this, I just did it. I just turned on the mic, turned on the camera, pressed record, and just started talking. Hopefully, I didn't waste your time. Have a good night.